Bam, deputy.
Welcome everybody to another video on my channel, Cruising with Luis. Today I'm going to be doing something that there isn't too much documentation on either the forums or on YouTube or anything like that, specifically to the M2, and that is removing the rear seat. Let me be clear, there is documentation out there, there are some videos out there, but some of them are in German where they're talking too fast and I just can't, I gotta keep up with them. Some of them are just specific parts of the seats, taking out specific parts of the seats and so forth. I'm hoping that this video serves as a guide for anybody else who's actually looking to remove their rear seats from their BMW M2. This video might apply to a 2 Series or maybe a 3 Series, but this is specific for the M2 right now. I'm not confirming that it's going to work for all 2 Series or any 3 Series, any 4 or 5 or 6 Series or whatever. So I haven't announced this on Instagram or on YouTube yet, obviously, but the reason why I'm removing my seats is because I'm prepping my car for a roll cage that I just ordered a couple days ago, and that is coming in from Studio RSR, and I'm just completely excited. It's a 4 to 6 week lead time to actually get the cage back in over here in Illinois. So I'm going to be taking these 4 to 6 weeks to prep the car, again, removing seats, maybe coming up with my own seat delete kind of partition between the trunk or the boot, as the British like to say, and the actual cabin. So stick with me, hoping this video is okay in terms of quality, and I'm also hoping that it's helpful for people that are actually looking to do this. So follow along and let's go take out these seats. Welcome back everybody. So now what we're going to be doing first, obviously you're going to move the seats up, as you already seen what I did. Secondly, we're going to be pulling the seats up from the bottom up, and we're just going to be lifting that part there. Simple. Okay, so your seatbelts are going to be tied down here. Your seatbelts are going to be caught right here, so make sure you just push them through so that you're not ripping any leather or anything like that. You're not catching these, that way it won't let you lift. And once you got those out, easy as pulling them out. So be careful, make sure you don't want to rip anything or damage any of the leather. There you go. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking out these 2 bolts right here. And these 2 bolts they utilize a TT50 Start bit socket. We're going to be using the wrench and the actual extension too, because I've heard or I've seen that these are kind of tight. So having an extension is probably going to be handy to kind of get some leverage in there as well. So you're probably not going to be able to use no thumb driver or anything like that. Okay, come here. There we go, just like that. And this also holds the seatbelt too, so remember that when you're taking this out, make sure that you take diagrams or take some notes so you know that you know how to put it back together when it comes time for you to actually put your seats back, or when it comes time for you to sell the car or anything like that. So remember, this holds your seatbelt in here. Alright, so what we're going to be trying to do now is we're going to be trying to unlatch or release the seats from the back or from the trunk and see if we can just pull those out there. There's usually like a little hook somewhere underneath there that's actually holding the seats. So let's see if that works. If it's not, we'll figure it out along the way. Alright, welcome to my trunk. What you want to pay attention to, at least for the M2, is right here. Right here is where we're going to be able to pull to bring those seats down, because as you know, there's a lot of BMWs or a lot of cars have like the little handles right there somewhere, or up at the corners up there. You don't have these here, so before you go spinning your wheels, let me save you the trouble and show you exactly where they're at right here. So pull these, you'll hear audible click. You can maybe even see like the seat kind of jolting forward a little bit, but there you go. And now we're gonna go pull the seats down and see if we can take them out. Okay, so we aren't able to just simply take these out. I was hoping that we'd be able to, but it looks like you have to remove this panel here first before you. And to actually do it, you're gonna get started by, sorry about the light, by just pulling this. I already pulled it, but you're gonna just pull it from here, and you're gonna hear an audible snap or an audible kind of like a pop. You're just popping a clip out of place. So you're gonna pull it out, and then right here, And then when we get right here, you're going to see another bolt right here that you're going to be able to unscrew and release. So obviously it's going to be a little bit hard to kind of film, so I'll do my best, but it's probably not gonna, I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm gonna be a little bit gentle with the leather here because you don't want to mess up your leather. Obviously this is good leather. This is good kind of good parts of the car. You don't want to mess it up just for a rear seat delete. Right, and there it is. And what you're going to be seeing here, this is the exact same size as TT50, the same size that you use to remove the or to unscrew the bolt panels down here somewhere, so that we used earlier. So this is the same exact size. Okay, so again, over here you're going to take out the bolt here when you release that little side panel, and then you're going to move this down right there. Sorry, let me get you a little bit more light. I'm gonna move that down right there. So this is where the bolt goes. This is where the bolt goes. This is what it was attached to, as you can see. I moved that down here, and over here now, this will be able to, give me one second. Over here now, you'll be able to pop this out. It's essentially, you gotta be careful with your side panel again, but you're essentially, there it is. There, that's the first part of it. And that's what this looks like, right? So when you're taking this out, keep this in mind that it's not, you're essentially just trying to pull this out of the little hole right here, but you need to get this first. All right, so here we go again. Another different view, not so close up here. Here is a little screw, or not the little screw, but the little hinge, not the hinge either, but kind of like the little, whatever you call it, stick, metal rod where this part of the seat kind of holds into. So remember that, keep that in mind when you're doing this. You're essentially trying to pull this out, take it out. But in order to do that, you need to take out the screw that's over here, and you need to pop this out. And this can be popped up just by pulling it. So it's a clip that's, you know, somewhere here that you just pull it and it pops out. After that, just be very careful. Take this out. I can already tell I'm sweating right here, but this is gonna save some weight. So this is significant in terms of weight right here. So I mean, this is good. So kind of curious to see what this one's going to be like, but we'll weigh this all at the end. Okay, so if I didn't show you correctly on the last one, this is kind of what the pop is going to sound like when you're actually trying to pull this panel out. Take this and you just pop it out. Easy as that. And again, there's going to be another bolt in here. We're just going to wiggle this piece out and we're going to take that out. So no need to show you guys twice. I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you kind of what the weight savings is going to be. One thing I failed to mention is that this hook, or this rod that kind of comes out that we took it out from the other seat, that right there is part of this seat right here. So it would be probably helpful to have somebody like and Pops right here. Dile hi. Hi. It would probably have some, you know, be helpful to have somebody pick this up, because you have to wiggle this out even more now, and you don't want the metal piece of that seat to kind of ruin your leather here. So if you can have somebody kind of pick this up, your girlfriend, your dad, your ex-wife, whatever, you have that pick that up, and then you can kind of wiggle this out. So we're going to start wiggling this out. Now bear with me, I have one hand. If I can't do it with one hand, then I'll just, you get the idea, just wiggle that out of there. All right, so it's gone. Took out the rear seats, took out, I left these little panels in just because they look a little better. But it's gone. It was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Well, actually it was hard for me just because I needed to figure out what I was doing. But hopefully this video makes it less difficult for whoever's trying to attempt this after me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go move over here and try to take a look at what we have here. So we took out the seat rest, or the seat right here, the backrest. These are significantly heavy. There's some significant weight on those. This is not as heavy as you would think, but I guess we're gonna check it out on the scale right now. All right, so starting at 0, let's see what this weighs right here. That's about 15 pounds actually right here. 15 pounds exactly for what I have here. 15 plus. Knock it out too big. 21.8 pounds. 21.8. Alright, now the last one. 14.4 pounds. 14.4. So if you add 14.4 to that, you talk about 51.2 pounds that you are shedding by removing these rear seats. Now granted, I'm going to be putting a cage in here in the back, and the cage might weigh 50 pounds or less or even more. I'm not really doing it for weight savings. If I wanted to do weight savings, I'd probably lose weight myself. But I'm actually going to try to lose some weight. But I'm just doing it because I want to get this back ready for to put a cage in there. But if you're doing it for weight savings, you're actually trying to shed some weight for the racetrack or just to get lighter or anything like that, this is a really good starting point right here. 51.2 pounds just to get rid of the just to get rid of the seats. All right, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Again, we shedded 51.2 pounds by removing the rear seats. I didn't do it for weight savings. I did it because I want to get the car ready for a roll cage that I did order from Studio RSR. More to come later on that. Hopefully this video served as a helpful guide for you to kind of refer to if you are trying to do the same thing with your BMW M2, or maybe even potentially a 2 Series or a 3 Series or anything like that, but for sure the BMW M2. If you want to see some more videos like this, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing, turn on the notifications if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video. And with that being said, that's it for the video. Peace.
Yeah, every day that's you and me, all day that's us, boo. Came through with that new thing, see I don't know why I trust you. Crazy now I'm just too on, maybe now I'm just too gone, maybe now I'm just looking for that same vibe.